Good morning and welcome. We are delighted that you have decided to join us today for our Sunday morning celebration service right here at Unity of Citrus County. We invite you to get settled in. Our service is about to begin in just a few moments. It is our sincere prayer that the music, the meditation, and the message will uplift you and inspire you to become the light of the world that you have come here to be. We invite you to come and visit us in person. We would love to meet you. And we invite you to also visit our website at www.unityofcitrus.org. Have a blessed day.
I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I feel it, peace, peace, peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start.
Good morning and welcome. It's so wonderful to see you all here today. Thank you for being here. Let's take a moment here. Greet the person to your right, greet the person to your left, greet the person behind you and the person in front of you. Just say, thank you for being here today. You were meant to be here today. Thank you. Excellent. And let's say hello to our Facebook friends and our YouTube friends. Thank you for joining us here today. You are in for a wonderful talk today. I want to introduce you today to someone I think I can call a friend. And I have worked with Dieter and studied under him in the St. Pete area for the past few years. He's a writer. He's a speaker, a coach, a teacher, a podcaster, so forth and so on. Whatever is needed to get the job done, Dieter's there. I can say that. He comes from a long line of ministers. He also started in that line of work. But I know now that he's not confined to, a building or any kind of doctrine. That's just who Dieter is. I recall several opportunities while I lived in St. Pete to spend time with him and others in the coffee shop settings in St. Pete, where he was sharing his message, so that was kind of interesting. And his message is helping people. He is there to lend a hand, to remind you how you are, and to help you use that beautiful, powerful, and meaningful truth to make a difference in the world. That's Dieter. Dieter is here to help you find a life that you can love, to one that feeds you instead of making you, feel tired or what have you. And I think he would say, and I think he believes that we are all in this together. When you win, we all win. I would like to introduce Reverend Dieter Randolph, who's going to lead us in our opening prayer and our affirmation for oneness. So, Reverend Dieter, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Let's take just a moment and center in. Infinite Lord, we give thanks for this way and this truth and this life. We give thanks for this opportunity to come together as a family. We know that some have come through these doors with a burden on their hearts, with a question to be answered, with a healing opportunity before them. May each one be blessed and uplifted. May each one be healed. And may together we show the world what love looks like. That's why we're here. And knowing who we are, there's no stopping us. And so it truly is. Amen. Amen. Now I'm going to bring up somebody to share the daily word. I've known this person for a long time. When we met, I got so excited about bringing her up. We're going to do our oneness affirmation first. Let's share this together. Together, there is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God, the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. There it is. Amen. We met when we were kids in the Youth of Unity room of a church that we were both going to. We were kids. But even though we were kids, I was looking for my person, And I'd not found that person on many occasions. And when she walked in, I knew. And I knew not because the choir sang and there was a big deal and fireworks and all that, but I knew like saying, oh, there you are. Where you been? And ever since then, we just celebrated 28 years of marriage. Yeah, that's right. Ever since then, when something worked, when there was a spiritual breakthrough, a growth opportunity, when the thing happened, there she is. And she's here to share that light with you today, Jenny Randolph.
Good morning. I was asked to share the the daily word, and the daily word for today is generous. Sunday, July 10th, 2022, generous. As I give, I share God's abundance. Let's say that again. As I give, I share God's abundance. The limitless resources of infinite spirit flow through my loving heart and clear mind as a never-ending supply of divine ideas. I always have all that I need to live abundantly, and I share my abundance with others joyfully and freely. I give generously of my resources, talents, and skills, happy to support those I care about. I am generous with praise, gratitude, and encouragement. I give generously of my time. I'm a good friend, a devoted family member, and a compassionate listener. Whenever I give without thought of reciprocation, I center myself in the divine flow. I am a grateful, trusting recipient of Spirit's unfailing generosity and a conduit through which all God's blessings flow. A generous person will be enriched, and one who gives water will get water. Proverbs 11:25. And again, the word today is generous. Thank you.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself.
Let's just keep us in that stillness from that beautiful, beautiful song that's leading us into our meditation. You know, let's get comfortable in our chair. You know, plant our feet on the ground and anchor ourselves to the earth. And let's close our eyes and bring your awareness right now to any sounds that you notice here in the sanctuary. Either inside or even outside, you might hear birds chirping, but take notice of those sounds. Now take your awareness to one sound in particular and let your attention rest on that one sound. Now as you notice another sound, move your awareness to that next sound and take in maybe several sounds that are around you, including it. Now continue like this until you feel that the sounds are washing over you. Now give no judgments to the sounds you're hearing. Just bring your awareness to the experience of listening. Now become aware of the body. Notice where your attention is drawn to first. Are you aware of any discomfort that you might be feeling? Are you conscious of the air that might be touching your skin? Notice sensations in your body, like any tingling or numbness, or other different parts of your body that might feel maybe warmer or cooler at this moment. Allow the awareness to scan over the body, noticing anything you feel, and allow it to be exactly what it is. Now bring awareness to your breath. Notice where you are most conscious of your breathing in your body. Notice how the body moves as you breathe. Notice the temperature of your breath as you inhale and then exhale. Become fully aware of all of the aspects of your breathing as you sit in your chair. Now bring awareness to your thoughts. Observe your thoughts as if you are watching from a distance, watching your thoughts as they come and as they go. If you become aware of your mind being busy or wandering, just let it be exactly as it is. Take your awareness to any emotions you might be feeling or experiencing at this moment. You might be aware of one or two strong emotions you might be feeling about something, or maybe there's a mix of feelings or emotions right now. Or it might be an awareness of not knowing what you are feeling at this moment. Just let the emotions to rise and fall in their own time. Now bring your awareness to all of the experience. Notice the sensations that you are aware of. The experience of being in your body. The experience of breathing. The experience of the thoughts and the feelings that are present in this moment. When you bring mindful awareness to this moment, we all allow things to be exactly as they are. Nothing needs to change. Everything's okay, just as it is in this moment. Now say to yourself under your breath, I am here. I am present. I am mindfully aware of this moment. I am here. I am present. I am mindfully aware of this moment. Silently say that to yourself. I am here. I am present. I am mindfully aware of this moment. As we come to the end of this meditation, start to move your fingers and your toes and just bring yourself back into the room, and when you are ready, gently blink your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you.
So, my parents are Unity ministers, and my grandparents on my mom's side are Unity ministers. When I was born, my mom and dad were in ministerial school at Unity Village. The first home I ever knew was on the grounds of the village. It's the family business. I've been a minister for almost 30 years. And so, the reason I'm telling you that is that I want you to know a little bit about me, but also I want you to know that I have had a unique set of experiences being in the family business. Over the years, because of where I've been, because of what I have done, I'll betcha I have been to or conducted or been a part of literally hundreds of funerals. I mean, think about it. Nobody's been to more funerals than me. And I can smile about that because it's an honor to get to be a part of that. I mean, obviously, we don't look forward to funerals. That's a creepy thing to say. But I am honored to be a part of that rite of passage, part of that moment, part of that journey. We know that life just goes on, so there's nothing really to be afraid of. And so it's a beautiful thing to be a part of that. But I want you to know that one of the reasons that I enjoy that honor so much is because I've heard everything. You see, every single person that goes to a funeral has some kind of a moment of insight, connection, an idea, some kind of something. Because if you believe that life goes on, you're sitting there thinking about that journey. And even if you believe that that's it and the light switch just goes off, well, that's a lot to think about too. So one way or another, pretty much everybody in the room at a funeral is having some kind of a moment of reflection of the bigness. The bigness. I want to use as generic a term as I can, right? Life, the universe, and everything. The whole thing, there's this moment of beautiful insight. But the funny thing about a funeral is that you can't tell the person sitting next to you because everybody's supposed to be grieving. You can't go, shut up, stop crying. I want to tell you about this insight I've had. But what I've discovered is you can tell the person at the front of the room. And so after a funeral, so many people have come up to me and said so many things. It's an honor. It's amazing. I've heard deep and profound insights about how life, the universe, and everything and the bigness works. I've also heard incredible dirty jokes that I won't be sharing with you today. And every single thing in between, I've heard it all. It's an amazing thing to get to be a part of. But I'll tell you, my friends, through all the years and hearing literally everything, one thing I have never heard over the hundreds of funerals that I've been a part of, never heard anybody come up to me and say, you know, that was a beautiful service and lovely sentiments, and it was a nice moment of reflection and connection, and I had some ideas about the bigness and all that, but you know what? I really wish you would have said more about their credit score. Nobody ever says, I wish you would have given me more height, weight, vital statistics. I don't know their zip code. Why don't you share that? And we laugh about that because we know together that the numbers don't matter. The data is unimportant. The numbers don't matter. That's why we can laugh about that idea. That's why we don't care about hearing about that at a funeral. You get that. We're smart. And yet, remember along with me that a lot of people spend a lot of time chasing those numbers. A lot of people spend a lot of time going, you know, if only I could make a few more dollars. If only I could lose a few more pounds. If only I could move to that desirable zip code. If only I could get a few more likes on my Instagram picture of my nachos. Whatever it is. A lot of people spend a lot of time chasing those numbers, even though we know together that those numbers don't mean anything. And my friends, what I have learned is that life is a you are what you eat kind of a proposition. And by that I mean, if you chase things that are meaningless, you end up feeling meaningless too. Don't try this at home, kids. This is a lesson I've learned the easy way sometimes and the hard way sometimes too. A lot of people have. And I get it. I mean, it's sort of the thing that we train our kids for. We ask them when they're little, have you declared a major? What's your 5-year plan? What do you want to be when you grow up? How are you going to move the needle of your life? And the kid's like 8. It's the kind of thing that we do. Almost every television commercial is about, oh, this thing, you're doing it wrong. You've got to get some more data. You've got to buy some more things. You've got to get there. And so we are trained and conditioned to chase the data. And I suppose you can blame church. A lot of people went to some kind of church that said, you know, if you show up enough times, keep a perfect attendance record, if you tithe a certain amount of money, if you're really good at this, you can make yourself feel miserable enough and maybe make other people miserable too, if you're really doing it right. If you chase the data long enough, God will start to like you. You know what I mean. A lot of people went to that church. A lot of people in here don't go to that church anymore. I get it. And yet, I've been to a lot of progressive churches. And sometimes the message of the progressive church is, you know, if you learn the right affirmations and you practice the right things and you go to the right classes and you read the right books, eventually you can manifest a Buick. Because, you know, that is the end-all, be-all of this whole experience. Life, the universe, and everything in the bigness is to get a new car, is to manifest the thing, is to get more data. Wait a minute. That sounds like the same thing, but just with the word switched around. Wait a minute. One of the reasons that I do what I do is to remind people that if we are really going to get a change in our lives, we've got to do more than just shuffle the nouns around. Diving into mediocrity doesn't help. In fact, I want you to visualize something with me. I want you to visualize an extra medium t-shirt. They make small, medium, and large. They make extra large and extra, extra large. They make extra small and extra, 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 extra small. They don't make extra medium. You can't get more medium than medium. I want you to stick that image in your head. Because trying to solve a problem by just getting more of the same is like trying to fit into an extra medium t-shirt. If your life doesn't work, it's because you're squeezing into the wrong size. If we're going to change things, we've got to really change things. My wife Jenny and I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and almost every morning we walk along the water. Sometimes we see the sun come up, and sometimes we see dolphins, and sometimes we see tourists, and it's great. And one time I had this real Discovery Channel moment. I saw this bird come out of the sky and fly down to the water and pick up a fish and then fly back away. It was a little bit grisly, I'll grant you, but there's a message in there. The bird doesn't deal with the fish in terms of the water. The bird changes the context. The great Unity minister Eric Butterworth says you can't solve a problem in the same level of consciousness that created it. Change is required. I don't know if you remember your high school mythology class. You learned about Hercules, kind of a Schwarzenegger type who went around wrestling people. It's kind of what he did. Everywhere he went, Hercules would get in a fight, and he'd wrestle somebody, and he'd pin him to the ground, he'd throw him down, and he'd win, and that's how he got a name for himself. That was his thing. But one day, Hercules met this guy named Antaeus. And Antaeus was a strong fighter too, and Antaeus had a secret. Antaeus' mom was Gaia, the goddess of the earth. Well, this is a problem, because if my mode is to throw you down, you connect with something and you get more powerful. And so every time Hercules would pick Antaeus up and throw him down, Antaeus would come into contact with that Mother Earth and get more powerful. I guess she loved him like a rock. Can't help some of these dad jokes. I'm a dad. It happens. Well, this is a problem. He'd pick him up, throw him down, Antaeus would get stronger. He'd pick him up, throw him down, Antaeus would get stronger. He'd pick him up, throw him down, Antaeus would get stronger. But then something happened, and Hercules remembered who he was dealing with. He changed. And he just picked him up and he held him. And Antaeus fell asleep. And Hercules won. And I tell you that story because it's the same story as the Extra Medium t-shirt. It's the same story as that Eric Butterworth quote. It's the same story as that Discovery Channel moment with the bird. If you're going to change your life, you must first silence your phone. But then, if you're going to change your life, it requires a change in your approach. And so today I want to suggest a change to you. There's something that I want you to try to do differently. And if you're the kind of person who writes stuff down, this is the thing to write down. You ready? I want you to embrace the pointless. I want you to embrace the pointless. That seems like a funny thing. I mean, we spend our whole lives going, what's the point of this? What's the cash value of this? What am I going to get out of this? What's in it for me? Come to the point. I want to get to the end of this. Well, nothing ever ends. And in fact, when you think about it with me, all of the best things in life are pointless. What's the point to love? Love doesn't have an external, eventual reward. Love is inherently rewarding. What's the point to art or truth or beauty or honor or friendship or nobility or anything that matters? All of the best stuff is pointless. And so the more time we spend trying to come to the point, the more we miss the good stuff. Embrace the pointless in your life. Make room for those things that just are. Dr. Katie says you will know just like you know you're alive. Those things. Chase those things. And I know that seems weird because, like I said, we're not trained for it. And in fact, people know that I'm a minister. I don't make a secret of it. And they come to me and they say, you know, I know you're kind of a Bible guy. I sure wish the Bible would just come to the point. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say that. And I get it. It's a thick book. There's a lot going on. There's a reason for it, but there's a lot going on. I understand. People say, I just wish the Bible would just tell me what to do. I wish it was more like stereo instructions, because, you know, those are clear. And I inevitably say, well, you know, there are parts of the Bible that are very clear about do this with that on this day. But you know what? Those are the parts, I would argue, that are the most brittle, that are the parts that we really have to wrestle with. The parts about whether or not you can go to Red Lobster and whether or not you should shave your beard and whether or not a certain thing should happen on a certain day. Those are the things that are the hardest to read and the hardest to deal with. The clearest things are the hardest things. Maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point isn't the point. And inevitably people say, yeah, but what about the golden rule? I mean, that's clear. We like that. You know the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You've heard that one before. Surely, that comes to the point, and yet that's good. And I would say, yeah, but no. But yeah, but no. Because think about it. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What if I'm hungry and he's on a diet? What if I want to talk about the weather and he has taken a vow of silence? If I'm cold, do I have to make him put on a sweater? I'm not his mom. All of a sudden, we realize that the beauty of the golden rule is not that it's straightforward, but in fact that it causes us to have to dive deeper, just like that bird. It causes us to have to go deeper into something than the way things look on the outside. It causes us to get past words. That's why it's beautiful. This is important. Because they say in forgiveness work, for example, if you want to know if you've really gotten over something, if that person that you're working on your forgiveness time with has gotten over something, if you're doing that healing work, they say, look for patterns, not words. You've heard that before? Look for patterns, not words. In other words, anybody can say anything. I can say I'm sorry all day long. But did I do anything different? Is the pattern of my life changing? Look for patterns, not words. If you want to know, have I really learned the lesson? Well, are you talking about it or are you doing it? It's a big deal. Words aren't magic by themselves. There's got to be something behind that. This is important. But let me say that differently, maybe a little bit more clearly. In your life, the thing that's important is verbs, not nouns. Verbs, not nouns. That's the thing to look for. I can't tell you how many times I've done relationship counseling with people, and the problem that they have is, I'm sharing all my nouns, I don't know the problem. Pay the rent, great. So what? Do they know that you love them? I bought flowers, great. Flowers don't magically create love. You can't walk up to somebody and go, I gave you flowers, you have to love me now. That's creepy. There will be a restraining order in your future. The nouns don't cause the verbs. It happens the other way around. Let me give you a better example. This is a wonderful place you have here. This is holy ground. I believe that. And I'm always happy to come back here. I love this place. I know you do too. But the reason that this is a special place has nothing to do with the building materials. It's not the nouns. Nobody went to the Holy Home Depot and bought consecrated drywall. It doesn't work that way. Church doesn't happen because there's a building. Church happens to a building. If you're lucky, if you do it right. Love doesn't happen because there's gifts. Gifts are a byproduct. Fire doesn't happen because there's wood. As it turns out, everything's like that. Fire doesn't happen because there's wood. And I say that, I feel like I'm getting a message. Fire is an event. Fire happens to the thing. Everything good is like that, like church, like love, like fire. And I say that to you because I want you to stop waiting for life to happen to you. I want you to start happening to your life. You're not a noun, you're a verb. You are less like a rock and more like a rock concert. I want you to start happening to your life, but that means praying for something different. So many times people pray for things. God, can you give me more nouns? I like my house, I want a better house. I like my body, I want a better body. I like my partner, I want a better partner. I like my thing, I want a better thing. I want more things, I want bigger things, I want faster things. You know, Jesus said, don't pray for things because they're boring. I'm paraphrasing. But it's true. Because the truth is, what you would buy if you won the lottery is no more interesting than what you'd buy if you went to the grocery store now. Milk, eggs, fabric softener, Maserati, who cares? Because praying for things is like praying for more wood and hoping that a fire will spring up. It's true. Don't pray for God to change your nouns. Pray for God to change your verbs. That's where the magic happens. The richest guy in the Bible, Solomon, had that moment. I'll squish it down a little bit. God basically shows up and says, Solomon, you can have anything. And Solomon says, well, I guess I could have the car and the house and the big hair and the whatever. Solomon says, all I want is an understanding heart. God, change my verbs. And you know the story. As a result, all those other things were added unto him. That's how this works. Pray for God to change your verbs. I think perhaps the noblest and most powerful prayer I have ever heard is this. You ready? This one works. I know it works. I've tried it. God, may I know it when I see it. That's it. Stop praying for God to show up because God's here. Stop praying for God to like you. God likes you. God, may I know it when I see it. That changes things. Give me an understanding heart. Ask yourself, what's in my heart? One of the things that people come to me and ask me about all the time, I'm perhaps most famous for these videos that I put out on the internet, and people send me questions and I answer the questions. And one of the questions I get a lot from truth students, from Unity people, from New Thought people, from people who are in this with us. One of the questions I get a lot is, I have memorized all the affirmations and my life is still a mess. What's wrong with me? People say it in different ways, but that's at the core of it. I got all the books. I sleep with a copy of The Secret under my pillow, but it's a secret. I've done all the things. I've memorized. Is there a new secret one? Is there a new book that I need to memorize? Is there a password to God's clubhouse? I get it. But just like I said before, words aren't magic, not all by themselves. It doesn't matter what words you use. Here's the thing I say to those people, and it's the thing I'm going to say to you right now. God does not speak English. Life does not speak English. The universe does not speak English. Love does not speak English. God doesn't speak English. God speaks intention. You can say all you want, I am the most beautiful, powerful child of God and everybody loves me and I've got all the money in the world. But if you don't believe it, if that feels like a lie to you, if that's what's in your heart, then you just prayed lie prayer. You don't want more lies. Yuck. What's in your heart? So my advice to people when they ask that question is start where you start. It's okay if it's baby steps. It's okay if your spiritual journey is low weight and high reps. What feels true to you right now? You might not be able to say, everybody loves me. But what if you say, God, I know I have love in my heart because I feel it when it ain't there. I want that. I have room for it. Start there. I don't have all the money in the world, but maybe there's a reason why the big prayer has daily bread in it. Just saying. Start where you start. It's okay. Maybe you don't have what you need to end this, but you know what? Nothing ever ends, but I guarantee you have what you need to start. Ask yourself, what feels true to me now? And that doesn't just apply with your quiet time. It applies to your life. Ask yourself of your relationships, of your job, if you're working a job, of your family, of your church, of your world. Does this feel true to me? Because if it feels like a lie, quit doing it. How many things in life would be healed by that simple prescription? If it feels like a lie, quit doing it. And I know there are some people who say, okay, that sounds good, but sometimes I don't even know what's true. I can't get my head around that. I understand. We're not trained for it. I get it. So let me give you a different one. Here's how to know if something's important, if something's worth your time and your attention and your treasure and your you. If you give it, do you get more or do you get less? Because God's good at infinity, right? If you give it, do you get more or do you get less? It might be that the numbers, the money stuff, not so important, because if I give you $1 and you walk away, there goes my dollar. It doesn't pass the test. What about friendship? What about love? What about faith, inspiration, art, truth, beauty, all of the things that are noblest in the human spirit, all the things that Paul told us to think on? If I give it, I get more of it. That's how you know the thing is important. How much time do you spend chasing those wonderful, beautiful, pointless things? That's how to be happy. And the thing that I want you to know is that you are already good at this. You are. Friendship is a great example. When you make a friend, you get a friend. It grows. That breeder-reactor quality is present there. And you've been good at making friends. I know adults aren't always good at it. Sometimes people are weird about it. If you see somebody at the grocery store that you also saw at work, it's weird. It's like God ran out of extras in the movie of your life. I know. People say, well, I can't be friends with you unless you vote like I do or look like I do or have the same amount of money as I do or whatever. I get it, but that's baloney. That's all these layers that adults put on to cover their heart. But kids know better. Their hearts are open. You remember when you were a little kid, you meet somebody on the swing set? You got red shoes? I got red shoes. Best friends. Like Spider-Man? Love Spider-Man. Best friends. Easy. You have been good at this, and you can be good at this. You know how to give something, and when you get it, you get more. Get good at it again. It will change the world. When I was a kid, I had a couple of friends who were very dear to me, Joshua and Joey. And me and Joshua and Joey were walking. And we were little. We had just discovered the step on a crack, break your mother's back thing. And so we were being very careful not to step on any cracks. And to most kids, that's just a game, but I was a really serious, weird, nervous kid, and it freaked me out. Didn't want to step on cracks, didn't want to hurt anybody. Freudian implications notwithstanding, I didn't want to mess with my mom. No big deal, though. Until Joey, who was a little bit older than us, he was a year older, and his parents let him watch Dukes of Hazzard, so, worldly. Joey said, if you looked at this concrete through a microscope, you know where I'm going with this. If you looked at this concrete through a microscope, you'd see millions of cracks. There's cracks everywhere. You can't help but step on a crack. They're all over the place. Isn't that interesting? No, it's terrible. I lost it. I didn't even know what to do. Because like I said, I didn't want to hurt anybody, but more than that, if it's all cracks, then what's holding us together? What's keeping me from falling down to the center of the earth where there's dinosaurs and lava and James Mason? What am I going to do? What's holding my church up, my school, my house? How does this work? And I lost it. But then Joshua, my other friend, the one who was my age, Joshua said, I bet if we looked at this concrete through a microscope, we'd also see all the places where it's all stuck together like a spider's web. As everything's just kind of connected. And you know what? I'm just going to step on those places. And Joshua walked in front, and for the first time we followed him. I tell you that story because that's the choice that we have. What will you place your weight on? What will you walk on? The places that set us apart, the chasing of the data, trying to get God to like us, trying to earn this somehow. I want you to know that you don't have to earn blessings or healing or love or truth. You don't have to earn that any more than you have to earn thermodynamics or gravity or sunshine. They just are. And you are already beautiful. So walk on the places that connect us. Embrace the pointless. Give what increases. You're worth it. You're powerful and you're strong. And it's time for you to be free. Because after all, freedom is a choice. Thank you.
All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do each other and help each other through. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Twist and turns, unexpected, day by day moving on. I don't have all the answers, come what may, right or wrong. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Crashing waves touch the shore. Time moves faster every day. Ebb and flow, no control. All that's left to say, all we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through, and help each other through.
Thank you, Dieter. God, take those words home with you today and just hug them and live by them. So anyway, today, right now, we're here to extend our offertory blessings. Your love donations, your tithes, whatever, your gifts giving to us helps us to have such wonderful people like Dieter here and the wonderful classes the offer and all the events that we have here. So open your heart and show your gratitude for your spiritual home. And let's do our offertory blessing at this time. Take your offertory envelope close to your heart as we say our blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send forth this gift with my blessings and my love. Divine Spirit, we thank you for this offering. We know it is given in love and received in love, and that moves through the ministry with the energy of divine love out into the world. Each of us givers are blessed, for this is the law, and so it is. Thank you, God. Okay, what's next? Prayer for protection. Here we go. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is divine. Thank you. Thank you. Well, lots of things are taking place around here, so I've got a few announcements here to take care of. First of all, the Celebration of Life service for John Coco will be held on Saturday, July 23rd, here in the sanctuary from 1 to 4 p.m. You know, the school opening is just around the corner, and we are again sponsoring our school supply drive. The Back to School event will be held on Saturday, July 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're in need of school supplies or any donations you'd like to make for that. Will be welcome, so consider that. Our community gathering will be happening on Sunday, July 31st at 12:15 following service. You must register in order to receive your packet of information that's going to be required for the gathering. Mark your calendars for Saturday, August 6th at 5 p.m. when we will be hosting Armand and Angelina for an evening of music for their concert called A Musical Variety Show. You know, the love offering for this concert will be $20, but I believe it also includes an opportunity to attend their Native American flute lessons, which is following their Sunday service on Sunday the 7th. So get in there, get yourself tickets. And a memorial service for Lenz Henderson will be held on Saturday, July 16th, here in the sanctuary from 1 to 4 p.m. I think Reverend Lori Gist is officiating that service. All right, here we go. Get ready for Mary McGee Allen's upcoming class. Beginning on April 17th from 1 to 3, the class is centered around Charles Fillmore's book.
I think it's April.
Did I say April? Well, I want to give them enough advance notice, Mary, so they can get ready for it. So let's move it forward to August, okay? Okay, so August. I can't believe I said April. August 17th from 1 to 3. The book is centered around the Charles Fillmore book, Adam's Smashing Power of Mind. I'm looking forward to that. Do we have an address for Adam?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's do a card shower for Adam Gambardella. Adam's son made his transition earlier this week. You know, he's been such a really valuable member here at church, and we want to just kind of show him that love that we have for him. So, oh, Adam is here. Hi, Adam. You snuck in here. How you doing? Okay. So let's show our love to Adam. He's so special to us. You know, the prayer chaplain team is in its initial stage of preparing for this year's World Day of Prayer. The theme for this year is Holding the High Watch, and will be held on Wednesday, September 7th. So look forward to details about that. And just remember, if you need a prayer day, we have prayer today. Our High Watch chaplains are here with us today, and they would be more than happy to pray with you. You know, they will be located out there in the classrooms and outside the sanctuary. So if you need it, go for it. So, thank you for being here today. Let's finish up with doing the peace song as we prepare.
we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Twist and turns, unexpected, day by day moving on. I don't have all the answers, come what may, right or wrong. All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know